Last week, my parents called me a worthless failure and said I was dead to them. Yesterday, my mom paraded my brother all over Facebook, our golden boy, the pride of this family, while acting like I never even existed. Then today, she has the audacity to call me, "You owe us $2,000 for his graduation party." I said, after everything, why the hell would I do that? Her response, because without us, you'd be nothing. We gave you life, and we can take it back. I hung up, laughing in her face. That night, I made a move they'll regret for the rest of their lives. Now they're calling non-stop. Mom's having a breakdown. He won't go on without you. Come back, please. We're begging you. So, I wasn't even going to post this, but it's been eating at me all week and I seriously need to know if I'm losing my mind or what. This is going to be long and messy, cause I'm writing on my phone and honestly, I'm still mad. So, sorry in advance. Anyway, I noticed something weird on Tuesday night. My cousin Juliet DM'd me some random memes, and then out of nowhere asked if I was okay with everything going on at home. At first, I'm thinking she mixed me up with someone else, cause like, what's even going on besides the usual? But then she sends a screenshot of my mom's Facebook post from that day. It's literally a collage of my brother Rayon in his grad cap. My mom tagging like 10 people, and the captions all, "So proud of our golden boy, the pride of this family. Can't believe how blessed we are. Blah blah." That would be fine except I'm not in a single photo. Not even the throwbacks. Not even the group ones where I know I was standing right there. It's like someone photoshopped me out of my own life. I mean, I've known my mom likes to play favorites with Rayon, but this was next level. Now, some context. My family's always been about appearances, my mom especially. She needs everything to look perfect online, big family, happy kids, lots of "look at us" posts. Ramon's 2 years younger than me. He's always been the one who did what they wanted, sports, perfect grades, whatever. I was the difficult one because I didn't want to go along with every plan they had for me. I got into it with my dad last year over some dumb thing about me not fulfilling my potential. Since then, it's just been a lot of cold shoulders and backhanded comments. Nothing new, just kind of relentless. So anyway, I see this Facebook thing and I'm just staring at it cause it's so in your face. I text my mom a joke like, "Damn, did I die or something?" and she leaves me on read. Classic. Then my phone starts blowing up with notifications from the family group chat. But when I go to check, I can't see it anymore. Like, I didn't leave, but I'm not in it. I ask my cousin Santiago, different Santiago, it's a family name, if he still sees me in the group, and he's like, "Nah, thought you left cause of drama." I hadn't. So I start piecing it together. Mom's basically erasing me from the family online. And apparently in real life, too, cause the next day I get a call from my dad and he just launches into this monologue about how I'm a disappointment, how I don't help the family out, how I'm a selfish loser who only thinks about myself. I try to talk, but he keeps cutting me off like he doesn't even want to hear it. He says I'm dead to him, that I shouldn't bother coming around anymore, cause I'm not family. He hangs up before I can get a word in. I'm not going to pretend like that didn't piss me off. I mean, who says that to their kid? I've been bailing them out of random crap for years, helping them move, fixing their Wi-Fi, even loaning them cash when Dad lost his job last summer. They never paid me back, but whatever. It's family, right? Apparently not. Fast forward to yesterday. I'm just minding my own business, scrolling on my phone, when my mom calls. I almost don't answer, but I figure, fine, maybe she's ready to apologize or at least talk like an adult. Nope. She's all business, barely even says hi, just launches into this speech about Ramon's graduation party. She says I owe them $2,000 for the party like it's a given, not asks. Ouch. I ask, why the hell would I do that after everything, especially when you just told me I'm dead to you? She says, because without us you'd be nothing. We gave you life and we can take it back. I laughed. Literally just laughed on the phone and hung up. I don't even think she expected that, cause she tried calling back like 5 times, left a voicemail about how I'm ungrateful and I'll regret this. So now I'm just sitting there pissed off and honestly just done. I start thinking about all the times I let this slide. All the times they used me for something and then threw me under the bus when it was convenient. I'm not saying I was perfect, but it's like nothing I ever did was enough unless it made them look good. Rayon always played along, but I actually pushed back and said no when things didn't make sense. I get why they like him better, he's easier. He doesn't talk back. He just does what they want. But it's like they don't even see me as a person, just some spare part for when they need help. And now that I'm not useful, I'm just gone, erased. I told my friend Salvador about it, and he said I should just cut them off. But honestly, that's too easy. I'm not letting them get away with this. I'm not just going to walk away and let them act like I never existed, like I'm some problem they finally solved. For real, I want them to feel what it's like to lose something they actually need. So yeah, I started planning. I have some leverage. And I'm not talking about petty stuff like changing the Netflix password or whatever. My parents are always super disorganized and I'm the one who set up all their stuff. Utilities, main family storage unit, even helped with the deposit for the event venue for Ramon's party, cause they needed someone with a better credit score. Funny how I'm a failure, but they use my name for this crap. Their whole party setup kind of depends on me. But they're acting like I don't exist. I know if I move fast, I can make it real awkward for them. I'm not worried about the money. I just want them to realize they actually need me and that treating me like garbage has consequences. I'm not going to break any laws or anything, but I'm definitely not letting this slide. Not this time. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I know some people are going to say family is family and you should just suck it up. But no, if you let people walk all over you, they never stop. I've always been the one who cleaned up their messes and got nothing for it. Not anymore. I'm done being the invisible kid. Anyway, sorry for the rant. Just needed to get this off my chest. I'm about to make some calls tonight and shake a few things up. You ever just hit that point where you're like, nah, I'm not backing down? That's me right now. Let's see how they like it when the failure stops being you. We'll update if anything wild happens. And TBH, I think it will. Update 1. So, I figured after last time I'd get at least a couple days of peace, but nah. It's like the second I hung up on my mom that night, my phone was just lighting up nonstop. I woke up to a bunch of notifications, mostly from numbers I didn't even have saved, plus a couple from Juliet and Salvador and even Ramon for the first time in a while. At first, I thought maybe something actually happened, like someone got hurt or whatever, but turns out it was just mom having a meltdown and dragging the whole family in for her performance. I'm sitting there reading all this and, Enil, some of the stuff was so wild I had to screenshot it. I mean, Rayon texting me for the first time in months and not even saying, hey, just straight up accusing me of ruining everything and being selfish, cause it's not that hard to just send the money. Like, I'm some ATM that spits out cash on demand. Classic Ramon, honestly. He's always been that way, never bothered to ask me for anything himself, just lets mom handle all the dirty work and then acts shocked when I don't fall in line. What really got me though was my Aunt Linda jumping in. She's never liked me, always made little digs about how I'm different or too independent and stuff. And now she's acting like I'm the reason the family's falling apart. I asked her if she even knew what happened, if she was just repeating whatever mom told her. And she got all defensive and blocked me. Gotta love that mature energy. I know I said last time my family's always been about appearances, but it's more than that. It's like they need someone to blame when things aren't perfect, and I just happen to be the easiest target. Ramon's the golden boy, cause he never questions anything, just nods along and keeps his head down. I used to think maybe I was overreacting or making it up in my head, but the older I get, the more obvious it is. They like him because he makes them look good and they resent me cause I don't play the game. The thing is, it's not like I've never done anything for them. I was always the one who fixed their messes, drove dad to appointments, set up everyone's phones and stuff, helped with bills when things got tight, all that. But every time I pushed back, even a little, it turned into an argument. Like last year when dad wanted me to co-sign for a loan I couldn't afford and I said no. He acted like I'd betrayed him, started telling everyone I was selfish and ungrateful. Mom just backed him up. Rayon never had to deal with any of that, he just kept his head down and kept getting showered with praise. I guess it's easier to love the kid who says yes to everything. I don't even blame Ramon that much. He's just used to being the favorite. So I'm trying to ignore the drama and just get through my day, but it's like every little thing reminds me of how much they take me for granted. I get a notification from the venue for Ramon's party since the deposit's in my name and my bank account is linked for the rest of the balance. They need me to confirm the payment before the date is locked. I literally set this up for mom, cause her credit was trashed after some old debt and she swore they'd pay me back right away. I should have known better. Now I'm the only one who can approve the final payment and they're acting like I should just hand it over, no questions asked, after telling me I'm dead to them. It's almost funny if you think about it. I hit up Salvador, cause he's been through similar family stuff and he tells me straight up, if you give in now, they'll never respect you. He's right, but it still feels weird. Like, I keep expecting someone to step in and be reasonable, but it's just the same cycle. They want me when they need something, and as soon as they get it, I'm out. I tried to talk to my dad about it once before, just like, why is it always me taking the blame? And he just got pissed, said I was trying to make trouble, and walked out. Mom slammed the door after him. It's always been like that. Even Juliet, who usually tries to stay out of it, texted me asking if I could just do it this one time for the sake of peace. I get where she's coming from, she hates drama. But it's easy to say that when you're not the one getting erased from your own family's history. I told her I'm done being the backup plan. She kind of left me on read after that. I don't blame her. I know she means well, but she doesn't get it. Meanwhile, mom's on Facebook posting these weird cryptic statuses about betrayal from within and fake family, tagging people who don't even know the details. A couple of my cousins DM'd me like, what the hell's going on? Are you okay? And when I told them my side, some believed me, some didn't, and a few just said they didn't want to get involved. That's how it always goes. People don't want to pick sides, but they'll still talk about it behind your back. I guess what really makes me mad is how they act like all this is normal, like it's just the way families are, but it's not. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I know I don't deserve to be treated like some disposable extra in their lives. They say family is supposed to mean something, but all it means in this house is doing whatever mom and dad want or getting cut out. I'm tired of it. So yeah, I started setting things up to make sure they feel this one. I'm not just going to watch while they use me and toss me. I check the contract on the venue, and unless I approve the payment by Friday, they lose the date. Deposits non-refundable. I know mom's banking on me just caving and paying. But not this time. I got the storage unit key and the password for the bills account, stuff they never bothered to change, 'cause family trusts each other, right? Well, family's gotta earn that trust first. I know some people reading this are going to say I'm being petty, but honestly, I don't care. I'm done letting them walk all over me. I'm not getting physical about it or anything, but I'm not above letting them deal with real consequences. If they want to treat me like I don't exist, they can figure out how to handle things without me. I told Ramon if he wants his party, he can call the venue himself. He said I was being toxic and tried to push me, like literally, when I stopped by to drop off some mail he left at my place. I told him to back off and left. I'm not going to fight him, but I'm not letting him push me around either. I'm not stupid. I know there'll be fallout, but honestly, that's the point. I want them to feel it. I want them to see what happens when the failure stops helping out. So, yeah, I'm locking down everything that's in my name and letting them figure out the rest. If they can't manage it, maybe they'll finally realize who's been holding things together all this time. We'll update when things blow up. And I know they will. Not backing down. Update 2. So, I didn't think it would go off this fast, but honestly, the second I started locking stuff down, my phone turned into a siren. First, it was just missed calls from mom and then dad. But then it turned into group texts, cousins, even dad's old buddy from church texting me like he's going to be the one to fix things. I'm used to drama, but this was next level, like everyone had a script and I'm the villain in their little family movie. It started with the venue. I got an email reminder that the deadline for final payment was up in 2 days. I'm the only one who can approve it. I left it sitting. Then I get a call from the event manager, all polite, asking if I'm still moving forward. I tell her, yeah, but I need to check with the family. She says she's been trying to reach my mom, but my mom's blowing up her phone, too. So now the staff is annoyed and I'm getting CC'd on everything. I'll admit, not gonna lie, there was a moment where I almost just paid it just to get it over with. Then I remembered mom's words, how I'm nothing without them, how they gave me life and whatever. I just started laughing. No way I'm bailing them out after all this. So, I didn't reply to my mom's texts. Just let her stew. The next thing was the storage unit. I keep the only working key 'cause last time they lost theirs. So anytime they need something like old family photo albums or the party decorations, I have to drive over and open it. I changed the code online, not some petty revenge, just, you want to cut me out? Cool. Figure it out on your own. Not my problem. By Thursday night, the group chat is just a wall of guilt trips and weird threats. Mom's posting cryptic stuff on Facebook about betrayal. All her friends are commenting with praying hands emojis and, stay strong, queen. Dad tried calling me, and when I didn't pick up, he left this voicemail about how I'm embarrassing the family and ruining Ramon's future. Yeah, because a party is going to make or break his whole life. Then Rayon showed up at my apartment, which almost never happens. I could tell he was mad from the way he buzzed like 3 times in a row. I let him up 'cause I wasn't scared of him, but I kept the chain on the door. He barely said anything at first, just stared at me all tight-jawed until finally he goes, "You're really going to do this?" I told him, "You and Mom made it clear I don't matter to you, so why should I help?" He tried to guilt me, said he's going to look bad in front of everyone, that people will talk. I said, "You should have thought about that before you let Mom drag me through the dirt." He tried to push the door open. I pushed it back and told him to leave. He left, but not before calling me in, whatever. I've been called worse. I saw him in the parking lot after, pacing around and calling someone, probably Mom. I just watched from my window. It was weird seeing him all pissed off and actually having to deal with the problem for once. I guess he's not used to it. The next day, I went by the storage unit just to check. And sure enough, Mom was there with Dad, trying old codes and arguing. Dad saw me and came over, tried to talk like we're cool. He said, "Just let us in. We need the decorations. We'll figure the rest out later." I told him, "You said I was dead to you. Dead people can't help with party planning." Mom slapped the side of the unit and started yelling about how I'm selfish and ruining the family's reputation. I told her, "You made your choice." She started crying, slammed the car door, and sat inside while Dad kept trying to talk. I left. I'm not getting into a parking lot scene with them. Even Juliet texted, asking if I could just be the bigger person and help out so things don't get worse. I told her, I'm tired of being the only one who has to be bigger. She didn't reply. Meanwhile, I started getting messages from people I haven't talked to in years. Like Caroline, who used to babysit Rayon, sent me this long message about how family is complicated, and I should think about how much my mom is hurting. I get it, but it's not my job to fix everyone else's mess. They made this bed. The whole week was just one long guilt trip. Mom posted again about losing a child to bitterness, and people started speculating in the comments. I think that's what she really cares about, the comments, not the actual family stuff. I muted her. The venue called again, said if payment wasn't in by the end of the day, they were releasing the date. I told them, go ahead. Mom called me, voice shaking, practically begging. Said I was punishing Ramon for her mistakes. I told her I'm just done being used. She called me ungrateful, said she'd never forgive me. I hung up. Rayon called later, voice all cold, and said if I ruined this for him, he'd never talk to me again. I said, you already don't. He called me a coward and hung up. I spent the night just letting it all play out. I know some people are going to say I went too far, but honestly, I'm just tired. Tired of being the only one who ever has to fix things. Tired of being erased until they need me. If they want to see what life without me is like, cool. Here you go. The next morning, I got an email, venue date released. Deposit non-refundable. Party cancelled. Group chat blew up. Mom called me 8 times in a row. Dad texted, said Mom's having a breakdown. Ramon's locked himself in his room. The whole family's falling apart. I walked to get coffee, turned my phone on Do Not Disturb, and tried to enjoy the quiet. Not sure what comes next, but I'm not backing down. They need me more than I need them, and I think they finally get it. Final update. So, after the party thing blew up, I figured things would get quieter. But nah. I woke up that next morning to like a dozen missed calls, mostly from my mom. Then texts started rolling in. Stuff like, please, you're killing your mother. And from my dad, call your mom. She's having a breakdown. Not even a single message about what actually happened or any of the stuff they said to me. Just a wall of guilt. It was almost funny, except it also kind of just made me more annoyed. I left my phone on Do Not Disturb for hours. Walked to get coffee, had my earbuds in so nobody would bother me, just needed space. When I got back, there was a car I didn't recognize parked near my building. Turns out it was my Aunt Linda and my cousin Caroline sitting in the front seat, both looking at their phones, but clearly waiting for me. I could tell from the way Caroline kept glancing up that I wasn't going to get past them without something. I walked up, nodded, tried to keep it chill. Linda gets out, doesn't even say hi, just launches straight into it. How could I do this to my own family? And think about your mother. She's not eating. She's not sleeping. I just said, I'm not the one who started this, and told her I wasn't interested in talking unless someone was ready to actually listen instead of just yelling at me. She slammed the door and got back in the car. Caroline shrugged, didn't say anything, just kind of gave me that look like, I get it, but I'm not getting in the middle. I went upstairs, put my phone on silent again, and tried to just live my day. But honestly, it was hard to ignore the noise. My group chats with friends were blowing up, too, 'cause Juliet had told Salvador what happened. And now everyone wanted to know if I was serious. I told them, yeah, I'm done. Nobody really tried to talk me out of it except Juliet. But even she was like, yeah, I get it. You can only take so much. Meanwhile, my mom kept posting on Facebook these long rants about losing a child to resentment and pride. I checked once just to see, and the comments were full of people saying stuff like, he'll come back. Give him time. And, family always forgives. Pretty sure she was hoping I'd see and feel bad. I just rolled my eyes. The real kicker came when Ramon finally called, which surprised me. He never calls unless he needs something. This time he actually sounded kind of lost, not angry, just tired. He said, I get that you're pissed, but you're making it worse for everyone. I told him, you let them treat me like crap for years, and now you want my help. He just said, I don't know what you want from me. I said, honestly? Nothing. He hung up. Not even an argument, just silence. I think that was the moment it hit me that I'd actually done it. Not just threatened, but followed through. I went online, logged into every account that was in my name, and changed the password. Cancelled the autopay on the venue and the bills for the party. I sent an email to the venue manager saying, effective immediately, I'm no longer responsible for anything related to that event. If they want to rebook, they'd have to start from scratch, new deposit and all. I waited a couple hours, then got a call from the venue manager. She sounded annoyed, said my mom had been calling nonstop and trying to talk her into giving the deposit back or letting her rebook in someone else's name. I told her, sorry, not my problem anymore. She thanked me for letting her know and said she'd deal with it. I kind of felt bad for her, but also she was just doing her job. Then the family group chat exploded. I wasn't in it anymore, but Juliet sent me screenshots. Mom saying I destroyed everything and Dad just blaming me for humiliating them in front of everyone. Some cousins took their side, some didn't. Apparently, at one point, Mom tried to get into the storage unit herself, but couldn't. So she called the cops, who just told her it was a civil issue and they couldn't do anything since my name was on the lease. That part made me laugh. And Rayon tried texting again, asking if I'd at least give him his stuff from the storage unit. I told him, come by next week. I'll let you get your boxes, but that's it. He thanked me, which was about as close to an apology as I'll probably get from him. I told him to bring his ID and come alone, cause I wasn't dealing with mom or dad yelling at me in a parking lot. The next few days, mom kept calling every morning, leaving voicemails about how she can't go on like this and how I'm tearing the family apart. Dad finally texted me, said I'd made my point and that I should be a man and fix what I broke. I ignored him. So, yeah, I guess this is what being dead to your family is actually like. On one hand, it's quiet. Nobody asking me for favors. Nobody acting like I owe them everything. On the other, I keep thinking about all the stupid stuff I did for them, all the times I let them walk all over me cause I thought it would get better if I just tried harder. But it never did. Now they're the ones scrambling, not me. The party's off, the money's gone, the storage unit's locked, and everyone in the family knows exactly why. I'm not saying I feel great about it, but I don't regret it either. Sometimes you gotta show people they can't treat you like you're invisible and expect you to just keep showing up. I'm not saying this fixed anything, cause it didn't. Mom's still crying to her friends. Dad's mad. Ramon's embarrassed. But I'm not their backup plan anymore. Guess that's the price you pay for pretending someone doesn't exist. You end up needing them more than you want to admit. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Not some happy ending, but at least now they know I'm not just going to take it. I'll probably see Rayon next week, but I'm not holding my breath for any big emotional moment. Just want my stuff sorted and to move on. Anyway, appreciate everyone who read this far. I'll update if anything wild happens, but for now, I'm just enjoying the quiet.